Hey Spuds, I'm YouPotato22 and welcome back to West of Loathing. We're going to continue. And we're over here in Dirtwater with our crazy-eyed horse. We have new stuff in our inventory. Oh, lots of stuff. Excuse the banging in the background. My son's awake. So we're going to go over to the mercantile with our ridiculous walk. And we're going to sell some stuff. Not sure what, but something. What's this do? Increases your melee damage by 7 for the rest of the day. We'll sell that. The gold tooth? Yeah, we'll sell those. I feel like we don't really need the handful of loose teeth, because we can get them just by fighting any skeletons. So, yeah. I have 12 needles, which is good. Same with the skeleton bone and the skull chips. Like, we know where to fight skeletons, we just go to the Dave yard. Look at me go. Okay. So we have different places we can go. We can go to Cavern Canyon, which we haven't yet. Railroad Camp. Silver Plater, Lazy A Dude Ranch. Or the Circus, or the Humming Cave. So I think we'll just start at the bottom and work our way up. Yeah. Cavern Canyon. Shaggy Dog Cave. Didn't we already? Oh, we'll continue to our destination. We'll go there next. Danger, spider. The cave door has been boarded up. Let's pry off the boards. These boards can't hide from your prying eyes or your prying crowbar. Is there another? There's this entrance. I forgot we're supposed to beat bad guys here. Okay, let's go over here and see what we can see. Danger spider. You can see the gang on the other side of this big pile of junk, but you're not going to be able to get to them from this end. Maybe if you had more legs, you'd be able to pick your way through it. Ah. Am I supposed to release the spider? Stop, drop, and roll, man. This door has like 15 deadbolts on it. The note tacked to it says, "Please don't open this door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Even then, don't open it, because the rest of us don't want to get eaten by a giant spider." It isn't even signed, so you can hardly be expected to take it seriously. Yeah, let's open the door. The tunnel behind this opening goes straight up. There's no way to get through it unless you're a huge spider. Okay. Weapons? Let's open it up. I got a fancy knife. You hear a sudden chittering coming from that big hole behind you. No way you're going back in there. Why not? Look at me riding my little thing. You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence. Go inside or don't go inside. Ha! The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. Let's arrest them. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one, which Susie carries on her shoulder, and head back to the Dirtwater jail. Turn them in. Is that the Stripey Hat gang? What happened to him? They had a run-in with a giant spider. A giant spider of justice! Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. You gain 1,000 meat and 30 XP. Groovy. Ha. Please. I'm begging you to look at me. I just wanted to say hi. Hi. Well, I best be getting back to work. Okay. Okay. Now, let's go to... Excuse the excessive noise. Let's go to Shaggy Dog Cave. See what we can see there. I don't remember what Shaggy Dog Cave was. Okay. There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. Let's read it. A record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. Okay. By the way, if you hear little whining noises, that's not Tater Tot. That's Potato Dog. She had her puppies yesterday. That was fun. Hold on. I'm back. Yeah, Potato Dog had her puppies yesterday. She had 8 of them. I think there's 5 girls and 3 boys. So, yeah. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Coal Jr. In the years before the cows came home, I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Okay. Good lord, this is a lot of reading. Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware. My own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large and shaggy dog, and a butt-for. What's a butt-for? That's terrible. After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon, and each ordered a beer, except Cy, who was satisfied with water. Do we really need to know that? The barman provided our drinks as requested, and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined. It's drugs. And asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. There's a bug in here. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt-for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within his pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Cy, after a drawing of lots, to share. Poor Nate and Cy. I can only imagine how many times they said no homo. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement butt-for, we headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. Oh, why not? It wouldn't make much of a difference. You long-winded turd. However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek through the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater, when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in our wagon with our other tools. Okay. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were headed on the correct course, and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that same direction. We all agreed that that was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way. Didn't realize that that was your dog? Sometime later we encountered a large adobe hut, occupied by two identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar given that there were two of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point. Yeah, you know, hermits be hermits, man. If there want to be two of them, then there can be two of them. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt-for, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal. After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave. Carefully keeping our excitement in check lest we become incautious, we unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he had saved from our basket that was stolen in Dirtwater. Once we were rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. Oh my gosh. We're gonna grow old and die while reading these plaques. Discovering that we had neglected to patch torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Nate had discovered that antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine and then lit the wick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light. Is there a genie in there? They're lighting the genie on fire! Oh no! As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to become lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress through the cave, and engrave them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. I am the furthest thing from entertained right now. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel. While Nate, Cy, and Doug took turns with the excavation, I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Cy's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. Creep walk. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Coal Jr. Joyous at our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Plackwright. Oh my god. First of all, if it was full of precious metals and jewels and everything, then unless it was a chest like this big, then they wouldn't have been able to pull it out of the hole. Would have been too heavy. It's a hole. A completely empty one. What was the freaking purpose? I'm just gonna creep walk my way all the way back. It really didn't seem this long. I mean, aside from stopping to read. That was a huge waste of time. Can I get that, like, 10 minutes of my life back, please? Is there something I'm supposed to find in here? I mean, I don't see anything. I don't see any piles that I can dig up. I don't see anything, really. Okay, well, that was a huge waste of time. Cool beans. Let's go to Railroad Camp. Something at the side of the road catches your attention. It's a slumped-over old skeleton wearing a wizard hat. I think you'll agree that's reasonably attention-getting. The skeleton lifts his skull and peers at you. He holds up a rusty old can of beans and scrapes his thumb bone across his first 2 finger bones in the universal gesture for financial transaction. I'll buy the beans. Why not? It isn't clear what the skeleton is going to do with 100 meat, but you give it to him anyways. He tosses you the can of beans and recommences his slumping. Ancient bean can. Okay. I don't know. It's not like we're lacking on meat. I mean, we have 3,816 meat. Okay. Let's roll this way. What was that? Why aren't we moving? Please be still. This guy should never be put in charge of a switch. What are you doing? He's too busy playing with his watch to get any work done. Ask him where he got it. Say, that's a nice watch. Where'd you get it? I bought it from this gal what runs a store down south of here. Name of Buttonwillow. Buttonwillow McSomething. Where's this store exactly? Oh, you can't miss it. It's right between a cactus and a different cactus. Buttonwillow McKittrick's store. Thanks. Don't mention it. I'ma mention it. No, really, thanks a lot. The man furrows his brow. Sure, don't mention it. I'ma mention it. His eyes narrow. I mean, I really appreciate you telling me where that store is. Really, it's no trouble at all. Don't mention it. I mean it. I'ma mention it. I've run out of ways to thank you, but I really do want you to know that I'm very grateful for your help. His face starts to turn red. Do not mention it. He looks about ready to punch you if you don't knock it off. Okay, don't mention it. Damn. She's not getting much track laid, but she's an expert whistler. What's up, broski? You approach the beleaguered-looking man with the tiny glasses. Howdy there, who's in charge of this outfit? If I'm being charitable, I'd say that fellow over there with the white hat is the foreman. He points at the man next to a huge pile of rocks. And if you're not, he smiles, then I'd say that paper-backed idiot over there in the absurd white hat is the fellow you're looking for. Alrighty, thanks. Oh, why so glum, sir? Hi, are you in charge? I was wondering if there's anything I can do to help. You want to know something? I love trains. Oh? Reminds me of the ASDF videos, those really old ones, where it's like, I like trains. Meow. The train runs him over. Ever since I was a little boy, huge, magnificent, roaring iron beasts. They were magical to me, like dragons. When the opportunity arose to take on management of this rail line, I jumped on it like a shot. And you know what I learned? What's that? Organizing and building and running one of these operations is the most amazing pain in the ass you'll ever imagine. You want to help? Congratulations, you're the new foreman. I'm going home to play with my models. Swell. I don't get the hat? I don't want the hat. I guess I'm the boss now? The man looks you up and down. Well, now I suppose you can't be any worse than the last clown. He extends his hand. Name's Smee. I'm your assistant. What's the stitch? Like Kim Possible. Well, I'm sure you didn't miss seeing this giant pile of rocks blocking our path. The surveyors say there isn't any other suitable mountain pass, so we can't reroute around it, even if we had the months it'd take. Any ideas? Well, by my calculations, we could dynamite it clear without too much trouble. Problem is, it'll take a lot of dynamite. A whole year's worth, I figure. We used to keep that much on hand for emergencies, just such as this one, but a pack of goblins stole it. Sneaky little varmints. Alright, I'll get it back for you. Glad to hear it. The goblins are holed up over in Gustafson Gulch. Gustafson. It's a real rough place. You might want to spend some time getting the lay of the land and honing your fighting skills before you head that way, especially if you plan to go in guns blazing. We don't need that specific dynamite, though. Any you can lay your hands on would be fine, so long as there's enough of it. I'll look into it. We did find a place. It was at the Dynamite Shack, where you can buy, like, a lifetime supply for $5,000 or something. Or 5,000 meat. Yeah, Dynamite Dan's. Well, it said that was a rough place, so we'll continue going where we're going. You find a safe on the side of the trail. Ironic, you think, to yourself, that it's in such an unsafe location. You hop down from Jimmy to find that the safe is locked, in addition to being closed, which you could tell it was from horseback. I don't have safe cracking, so we're gonna leave it be. That's sad. I should see about safe cracking. You, sir. Your supply of dynamite. I only have 38.16. Okay. Off we go then. Bye. We're gonna go to the silver plater. There's an old grave off to the side of the trail, or if not, then someone went and stuck a wooden cross in the ground for no reason. Let's dig it up! You dig up the grave and find, well, pretty much what you'd expect. Gold skull, skeleton bone, old wedding ring. Okay. That was fun. Howdy, what can I do for you? Well, do you have a menu? A menu? What are you talking about? Isn't this a walk-up style restaurant? What? No, I'm a silver plater. I plate things with silver, you know? Oh, I thought your sign was... Never mind. Silver platter, like I said first. The man grins, revealing a full set of silver-plated teeth. So, you need something plated? What are my options? I could plate that hat you're wearing. People with silver hats get more done, they say. This will enchant your hat to add 1 to your maximum action points. Maybe something else? I could plate your melee weapon, what you're using there. It'll do more damage that way. Ooh. Ooh. That would be nice. I could plate your pistol. It'll do more damage. He looks through your pack and your mouth. A turnip? That sounds like an interesting challenge. Say, that's a fine-looking tongue you've got there. I could plate that for sure. My actual tongue? The one in my head? Yep! What's the point, though? So I could plate my tongue, or I could plate the turnip. I kind of want to plate my tongue. Maybe later. Okay. The Lazy A Dude Ranch. You spot a hill calf grazing off to the side of the trail, just as it spots you. Its eyes glow and 2 shadow cows split off from it, forming a small, frightening herd. Right into their midst. Oh, jeez. I was gonna say, how can a shadow hurt me? A runty hellcalf. We're gonna fight this guy. You'd think the shadows would have died. Apparently I can beat the shadow. I can stab a shadow with my knife. Ooh, I wonder what I get from the shadow. Or if I get anything from the shadow calf. Yay! We win. Ooh, got lots of stuff. Putrid cow bile, infernal soul fragment, brass bull ring, 58 meat, extra thick leather times 3. Susie has become stronger. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That's gonna help. Look, a haystack. Another needle. Looks like somebody's been washing ferrets in this thing. Yuck. That's pretty yuck. An old burn crate. Guess it came with the property. Let's kick it open. Full canteen, lock on the length of rope. Hello. Hey, howdy. I'm selling herbal remedies. Care to buy? What kind of herbal remedies? The kind that are gifted to us by Gaia without any interference by human hands. So, weeds? That's a derogatory term created by the man, but yeah, basically. You know what, let's buy one. Hey, groovy, thanks. I got an herbal remedy. Let's buy 2 of them. I don't know why. No. What's up, you? Hey, yeah, howdy, man. What's happening? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Oh, not much, man. We moved onto this little patch of land to grow crops, but then we decided it's more natural to just let Gaia grow whatever she wants, right? I bet that's a lot easier, too. Haha, right on, man. Neat. Where'd you get that hat? Oh, this? A friend of mine made it. Man, I forget which one. What are you gonna take for it? Well, I have been thinking of trying a new style, man. Maybe like one of those hats the army guys used to wear back in the day. Like it's kind of an ironic statement, man. I can feel my brain cells leaking out my ears as I read this. There's an old fort over yonder that-a-way. I'll swap you if you can find one of those. Okay. I'll check it out. Groovy, man. Oh, what's wrong with you? Howdy, I'm Spudsy. I'm Louise. Louise Lathrop. Why the long face, Louise? Aw, jeez. Aw, jeez, Louise. Basically because I'm stuck here farming with a couple of dummies who don't know how to farm a dang thing, so they just let the weeds grow and call it natural. I'm so sick of eating dandelions I could scream. Why don't you leave? I haven't got any meat or any other prospects or anywhere to go. I mean, dandelions are terrible, but they're better than eating dirt. This is such a mess. How'd you get in this predicament? I headed west after graduating baking school and fell in with these guys because they talked a big game about natural grains. Fool that I was, I didn't realize all they were really interested in getting was getting silly on loco weed and not doing any work. So you're looking for work? Gosh, yes, desperately. The only trade I know is baking, though. Do you know somewhere that's hiring a baker? Heck, even unpaid would be better than this if it comes with a room and board. I just want to get out of here. I don't, sorry. Shucks, well if you hear anything, please let me know. Will do. Manure. A huge supply of unused fertilizer. Garden. Okay. Well, that was interesting. The circus! You find an abandoned crate with Fort All Dead stenciled on the side. Maybe the shippers decided it wasn't worth the effort, considering... Open it up. Considering that everyone's dead. Chemical bullet and hardtack. Now let's get back on the trail, soldier. Sir, yes, sir! To the circus. This must be the circus that those clowns you met were talking about. Exploring a circus sounds like a fun way to kill some time if you can get over the fact that this place is full of people dressed up as creepy clowns. Like the guy at the ticket booth who notices you and gives you a little wave. Let's look around. Sup, sir? As you approach, the clown puts on that basically cheerful facial expression that retail employees use when the last thing they want to deal with is a customer, but they're not allowed to say so. Let's talk to him. Welcome to Barnaby Bob's Perfectly Normal Traveling Circus Sideshow, ma'am. How can I help you? I can't read today. I'd like to see the circus, please. I'd like to run away with the circus, please. Or, you can't actually, never mind. I'd like to see the circus, please. Well, you came to the right place then. But if you want to get inside, you'll need a ticket. And presumably you can sell me one? Why, certainly I can. That's my job after all. For you, ma'am, a ticket will cost 5,000 meat. Say what? Does seem a bit high. I promise you, ma'am, at this price, it's a real steal. Well, you've got that right. Why is it so expensive? Well, now, this is no podunk little traveling circus. We've got rides, games, food, and an amazing demonstration of knife-throwing skills by none other than Barnaby Bob himself. Tell me more about the rides. Well, I suppose I should say ride. We haven't had a single grizzly merry-go-round accident since we stopped turning it on. Tell me more about the games. Oh, we've got tons of them. Does 3 count as tons? 3 is more like some. We've got some of them. Tell me more about the food. We've got your favorites. Popped corn, sarsaparilla with the fancy new bottle caps, and get this. Did you hear about a new thing a fella invented? Cotton candy? Yeah, I think I might have. Well, it's still patented, but we're pretty sure we figured out how it works. Mostly, more or less. Tell me more about Barnaby Bob. Oh, the boss is a real master of knives. Let me tell you, he does this amazing stunt where he gets a volunteer from the audience to go up on stage, and he throws knives at him. He never misses his target. Did you leave out the part where he puts an apple on their head or something? What? Oh, right, sure. You aren't doing a very good job of selling me on this. Why, whatever do you mean? Attempt to intimidate the clown. You plant your hands on the counter and lean in toward the clown with a snarl. I mean, I'm sick of being played for a fool. You think I'm going to shell out that much meat to get into a dive like this? You've got another think coming. Are you going to give me a ticket or am I going to punch your ticket? Punch your ticket. The clown grins, showing you a mouthful of yellow, unusually pointy teeth. Think you're a real tough cookie, eh? Listen good, bucko. All I have to do is shout and you're our new sideshow exhibit. We'll call it the Amazing Crying Bag of Mulch. But hey, it'll get you in for free. How's that plan grab you? Why I oughta... Step back, Junior. You're out of your depth. Grr. Can I run away with the circus? I'd like to run away with the circus, please. Aren't you a little old for that? Sorry, we aren't hiring. Darn. Okay, well that was lame. I don't have 5,000 for a ticket. You see a wagon broken down by the side of the road. Well, if we're being honest, it's getting attacked by horrible monsters. Or it getting attacked by horrible monsters is probably more likely what happened than a simple mechanical failure. You dismount and investigate. Most of the easy pickings have particularly already been taken. Or already been picked. Easily. But there's still a safe in there that was presumably too heavy for the scavengers to move. Well, we still don't have safe cracking, so leave it be. Huh, these rocks are weirdly organized. They are. Humming cave. Hello. You might be able to push this over. Try it. That ought to keep that snake at bay. You gain 20 XP. Nice. Wow, what is that thing? What in the world? This looks dangerous. The monolith is dark. A weird device. Let's take it. Strange stone arrow. Okay. What was I supposed to get from the humming cave? Can I see my tasks or anything? Oh! The plant, yeah. This must be what the nun was talking about. Let's pick it. Is there any more, or is that it? That's it. Okay. So we'll go back and see the nun. Rescue mission. The strange stone arrow you just found starts going crazy, beeping and booping, whirling around of its own accord. It practically drags you in the direction of a strange, decrepit-looking house. The professor's house. We'll continue to where we're going for now, but we'll go check that out too. Here you go. Welcome back. Were you able to find the humming cave in the purple grass? Yep, here you go. Wonderful, thank you very much. Blessings upon you. No problem. Okay, I'm gonna see what... I have 169 XP. I don't know. Lockpicking expertise. Intimidating. Tough customer. I don't know. I might save that for if I actually need something. Okay, so we're gonna go to Fort Alldead to get the hat for the weirdo. You see a glint of light in the distance. When you get closer, you realize that it was the sun reflecting off the lens of a discarded pair of binoculars on the ground. Okay, these will come in handy. They will also come in pairs, because otherwise they wouldn't be binoculars. Let's continue on. Fort Alldead. Oh, what gave you then? You climb up into the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. Ooh, I can use my binoculars. I found lost Dutch oven mine. You climb down from the watchtower and pitch the binoculars into a nearby trash can. Tidy. Sorry about that. Beg your pardon. Sorry, excuse me. Strategy. It's a giant map of the region. This table has a little model of the region on it. These toilets are all very clean. Flush one. It's a toilet. The flush handle is missing, though. No! Okay. Strategy privy barracks. Pick the lock. Incendiary bullet. Open it. Okay. I got 3 needles. Ooh, I got a saber. Nice. This one only contains important military air. Sweet. Examine it. You pick up a box at random and read the label. Dehydrated maggots. Yuck. Pressed air. Blech. Candied crickets. Ew. Mushy mildew in oil. Creamed tongues in syrup. Mushy eyeballs. Jelly mold. Grilled eyeballs. Jelly dirt. Sugared grubs. Jellied skunk kidneys with capers. Cured vulture feathers. Desiccated mildew. Desiccated maggots. Lye-treated termites. Mushy mildew. Hold on. We're back! Okay. We're gonna get out of here. There's nothing in there for me. So. A trash can. This trash can smells terrible. Dig through it. No way, not without some stench resistance. Oh man, did I sell those flowers? Do I still have those flowers? Sweet smelling flowers. Put those on. Dig through it. Old patrol cap. Yay! That weird guy. Somebody left their knapsack behind. Wait, what's this? A note? Yes, it is a note. Cryptic note about ley lines. Interesting. And also an evil-looking leather-bound tome. We'll grab that too. Introductory Nex-Mex. The last thing is a little diary, which you decide to leave in there in case the owner comes back looking for it. Read it in. Okay. It seems to have been written by one of the necromancer's cultists. He and several others were reanimating the dead soldiers here on the theory that the best undead army would be a literal undead army. The hitch in the plan came when they raised the officers who decided they weren't going to take orders from a bunch of weirdo civilians. The last entry suggests the author and his cohorts were planning on abandoning their station and reporting back to the necromancer, but the entry ends abruptly in the middle of the sentence. Fascinating. Not really, but okay. This mass grave is absolutely teeming with those skeletal riflemen. They don't seem to be interested in getting out, but you could definitely jump in there if you were itching for a fight. There's one wandering in the end of the pit nearest you. Let's hop in! Pow. And a pow. And a pow. You're dead. Instant grits. Hooray. Okay. So let's go back to the Lazy A Dude Ranch. As the trail curves through a patch of marshy ground, you catch a whiff of something worse than swamp gas. It's a stink above. A cow skull floating in a cloud of noxious vapors, and it saw you before, or even before you smelled it. Let's attack it. Okay. Pow. Pow. Nice. 20 XP, cow fangs, roasted cow tongue. Ew. Gross. Okay, let's go to that weirdo with the hat. Yes, I found the hat. Nice, man. Barter is like commerce, man, except natural. Can you dig it? Yeah, groovy. You got a strange head sack. Okay. What does the strange head sack do? 4 muscle. Oh yeah, mine's 6 muscle. Okay. Huh. How about this artillery saber? +6 pistol attack damage. Ooh. And I have the deputy pistol, but I like the varmint skinning knife. So I can use that. Okay, we're gonna go explore the lost Dutch oven mine, and then we'll call it a day. A burly, grizzled man in leather, well, everything, is busy peeling the skin off a no longer recognizable animal. He looks up at you and growls, brandishing his skinning knife as if to say, "Bother me and you'll be next." Bother me and you'll be next. Yeah, I got that. Oh, let's show him my skinning knife. That's not a knife. This is. Don't be stupid, they're both knives. So you're a skinner too, eh? Well, not professionally or anything, it's a hobby, I guess. Alright, come over here and watch close. I'll show you a couple tricks. Let's learn something. You don't really understand the tricks, but they result in you getting some free skins, so you're happy. Coal snake skin and rattlesnake skin. Cool. I want to check this out real quick. So on my hat, I have a snakeskin hat band. Put it on your hat. Can I add more? Oh, apply to hat. Your hat's already got a hat band on it. You don't want to be the person who shows up at a party wearing multiple hat bands, do you? What if I do? What's a roasted cow tongue do? Ew, gross. Cow fangs. Nice. Oh, okay then. It's a little cluster of gin blossoms. Nice. The stench here is barely tolerable. Oh, I still have those stench flowers. These lockers are all unlabeled and unlocked. Loot 'em. Miner's pants, gas mask. Heh, could have used that 5 minutes ago. Miners must have eaten down here to avoid the stench upstairs. Grab what's left. Sugar guns, jellied escargot, sarsaparilla. Oh, spittoon. I don't know what kind of tobacco these miners are chewing, but it must be extra corrosive because this brass spittoon has a hole eaten through the bottom and dark stains underneath it where the spit leaked out. Although oddly, it doesn't seem to be leaking now and it's half full. I guess the miners plugged the hole with something. Inspect it. It's a spittoon. It's disgusting. You can practically see the stink lines coming off of it. Come on, let's not do this. Inspect the spittoon. Ah, geez. Fine, okay. You crouch down and take a careful look at the filthy spittoon. The inside is blackened with years' worth of stains. The death broth inside has a rainbow sheen like parking lot oil spill, and occasionally a little bubble pops on the surface. You can actually feel a slight warmth radiating off of it from whatever dire chemical reaction is taking place in there. You realize you're holding your breath, not deliberately, but from the human body's natural instinct for self-preservation. Inhale. Imagine someone made a big pot of chili con carne and left it under the porch. 3 rats crawl into the pot, eat half the chili, and then die. A week later, a family of cockroaches takes up residence among the writhing maggots. The cockroaches smoke thick black cigars which they light with tufts of burning human hair. That is what that smells like. Ooh, that's bad. Search it! Fortunately for you, the rainbow-colored film on the surface of the liquid coats your hand as you plunge it into the toxic stew, keeping it from being immediately dissolved down to the bones. The smell intensifies and your stomach prepares to hose the poisons off your arm with a high-pressure stream of vomit. Keep searching. Your fingers touch something at the bottom of the spittoon. Better pull it out fast while you still have something to pull it with. Pull. You pull the world's most disgusting pair of pants out of the spittoon and jump back as the hole at the spittoon's bottom, now unplugged, begins to leak steaming filth. Congratulations, you are now the proud owner of the worst object I've ever been paid to think about, narrowly defeating the leather bondage harness made from the skin of a clown. I got spit-soaked pants. Hooray! Let's see about these pants. I've got black denim pants, which is 1 armor. These are 2 armor plus 2 speed. Ooh. Yeah. Yeah, boy. What about these? Just 2 armor. Ha! You can't wear these if you're over 18 feet tall, because they'd be way too small for you. Get it? A minor and a minor. Ha 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 ha. Miners, not miners. Crate of mining supplies, you assume. Right open. Thermos of spiked coffee and smelling salts. The elevator mechanism is all rusty. Requires a can of oil. Where am I getting this oil? I haven't seen any oil at all. Okay. Well, how about we go back to... Actually, we should go to Button Willow's store. Maybe we can find oil there. You notice a smoldering hole in the ground and recognize it as the habitat of the southeast western coal snake. We'll thrust one upon it. Bop. Bop. You did. Snake liver and coal snake skin. Nice. Okay. So we're at a store. The woman behind the counter stares at you with a huge grin on her face. She gestures at the goods she's got for sale. Let's take a look. Okay. You have a can of oil. You have one of these. Oh yeah. Okay. So, I'm definitely going to get the advanced cow puncheon. And the can of oil. Maybe the hammer. Handful of nails. What's mind your meat? Gives you the Dickerin skill. Ooh. Ooh. That's like all my money. Nah. We'll call it good. I'm gonna sell that because I don't need that. Don't need the denim pants. That. I don't need the chemical bullets. That's a really gross noise it makes when you sell something. Okay, how about the extra thick leather? Fancy knife. This is the kind of knife you'd wield at a fancy cocktail party. I'm gonna sell that too. Full canteen. Puts out fires. We should save that then. Gold skull. Yep. Sell that. Handful of loose teeth. Hardtack. Sell those. Herbal remedy. It doesn't do anything. Garbage stored in garbage, essentially. Okay. Damn. Sets an enemy on fire. And secrets. Don't really need that. I'm gonna sell one of those. We're gonna sell the miner's pants too, because I don't need them. Old wedding ring. Sell that. Rattlesnake skin. Sell. Roasted cow tongue. Sell. Sarsaparilla. You were never sure how to spell this, and you still aren't. Oh, sarsaparilliar. Alright. We'll keep the silver bullets, because we can make needles with those. Sell the bones, the skull chips. Smelling salts. We'll keep those. Strange head sack. I don't really want it though. Sugar guns. Thermos of spiked coffee. Yeah, okay. So do you have anything else I want or need? I wish you had another thing of oil. Can I use it more than once? Well, we'll go to the desert house and deal with that. As you're riding down the trail, a dirty urchin jumps out and points a toy pistol at you and demands that you pay the toll by doing 20 push-ups. We'll pay the boy. Satisfied by your demonstration of upper body strength, the child allows you to pass without pretending to shoot you. Aw, that's cute. Okay, so we're sneaky beacon up to this place. Finally found oil. Okay, we're going to oil the hinges. Use the last of the oil in the can on the rusty hinges. The gate swings open easily and silently. Nice. You creep up to the door. You can hear the gang inside. You notice that the door jamb is busted, probably from being kicked in. There's a crude hasp made of bent nails on the door. Looks like the bandits have just been locking it with a padlock from the outside when they leave. Oh, let's lock them in. You quietly lock the door from the outside. You've definitely got the upper hand at this point. What's your next move? Arrest them. Okay, fellas, the jig is up. The law. Get 'em, boys. Tarnation, we're locked in. Come out with your hands up. The muffled voice says, we can't come out. You locked us in. Oh, yeah. You round up the gang and haul them back to Dirtwater. That's the house in the desert gang, all right. All except for the house, that is. Did it get away? What? Was I supposed to? Nah, I'm just messing with you. Here's your reward. Thank you. Justice is served. So I have like another 2.5 people? I don't know. But we have 2 different gangs. We're doing good. Okay, I'm going to leave this video here. So thank you guys so much for watching, and like this video to appease the potato overlords, and maybe subscribe so you can become a spud yourself. And I will see you guys again soon. Ciao!